Welcome back, everybody, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Madden 20 Rebuild franchise. We're coming off a very fun episode last time out. We got a victory, and we got a tie. We are now one win away from equaling our win total of last year, which was 3.5. We also had a tie in Season 1. Today, I'm not sure what game we're going to get into, but none of these games look very easy, so we'll start off by simulating a little bit. And we also have an X-Factor quarterback on the schedule this week in Matt Ryan. The Falcons are currently first place in the division, and we have a long way to go before we can catch a team like them. Also, last episode, in case you missed it, we also got the unlocked potential or development for Tyrus Sparks, and we now know that he is a star development player, which is good. But it shows that there's still a lot to be done for him to become one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Right now he's number 30, putting together a solid rookie campaign and showing that he can put up big numbers when needed. And hopefully that will maintain here through the rest of the year. We do have some upgrading to do. Justin Evans is up, now a solid 77 overall with awareness and zone coverage. Still need that coverage to get a lot better with those stuck in the 60s. It was close, and we lost in overtime to the Falcons. So, not all these losses have been terrible. Sparks continuing to produce. 3 more touchdowns, nearly 300 yards. So, that brings him closer to 20 touchdowns on the season. I'm really happy with his play. I know there have been some bad pick sixes, but I think that this is solid for year one. A touchdown there for Jesse Reyes is always nice to see. On defense, what do we have here? JPP with 2, Ngakoue with 1, and then an interception for Levante David. Now I noticed something here, a chance at a breakout player, and if it's who I think it is, we're watching this next game. Help a player upgrade his dev trait. Please be Sparks. Alex Collins. Really? If he gets 2 touchdowns or 100 offensive yards, then he gets an upgrade. I kind of want to watch that. I'm really surprised it was Alex Collins because it's not like we've seen a bunch of great games. I look more at average when I check the stats. Let's see the yardage totals. 78, 74. I mean, these averages aren't great. I'm a little surprised he's getting this chance, but if he accomplishes this, he can get to star dev, and he's already a 79, about to be an 80 overall. Like, this going well for Alex Collins could make a big difference. My prediction, though, is that he would not be able to get to that goal. The Panthers have a good rush defense, but we're going to watch anyway because anything can happen. I'm going to make a couple changes here to our depth chart, and one is going to be to make Frankie Louvu our other rush end opposite Ngakoue. He has more speed now than Jason Pierre-Paul, which I don't normally care about, but it is a better rating. Plus, if you look at just who has the highest pass rush move, Louvu with 77 finesse. So with a little extra speed, agility, and finesse, maybe he can get to the quarterback a little more often than JPP was. I'm also going to try and see what Jazeer Hollis can do in the role of rush defensive tackle. Now, I still like Margus Hunt's production when he gets on the field, so I actually want to start him at right end and see if he can make some plays there. It doesn't seem like we're getting a huge impact from William Golston, and Hunt's 4 overall is better. Also, Hunt is better for run defense with the high block shed. He's also stronger, so I think he's a better option to start. Now, because I want to see Alex Collins accomplish this upgrade today, I want to give him as many carries as he can handle. Yes, we want to develop Jesse Reyes, but today, this needs to be Alex Collins' time to shine. He also has as good of a catch rating as the other backs that are healthy, so I think he can handle this. Love getting to upgrade these rookies. Jaron Booker, now a 72 overall. And we get some awareness and both run and pass block finesse. Still a long way to go, but we'll take what we can get. It's a key season for Vernon Hargreaves, who is now a 77 overall and gets a little hit power and tackle here. All right, I like that upgrade. There are his ratings at the moment. And then the veteran Graham Glasgow, and I want to go agile. I'd like to see the numbers on this, but I feel like there are more high-rated finesse rushers than power. I guess I could go find out somewhat. So if I just go by the entire NFL and we see how many have, what should we call, like 80 maybe is like the benchmark for having solid. 29 players have a finesse move of 81 or higher. No one's at 80. So 29 there. How many for power are above an 80? 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 41 players have better power moves. So no, I was wrong actually. There are more high power move ratings than finesse. But I think that you'd find that more interior rushers have better power moves and more edge rushers have better finesse moves. If you look at the best finesse moves in the game, for instance, DeForest Buckner has the best at interior rusher, and then Jaron Reed, but most of these players are edge rushers. So that's kind of what you would expect, but I just like seeing the number breakdown there. Like, there are still a fair amount of power rushers, probably not too many coming off the edge. Now I'm not so sure, because going through this, over half of the players who have above 80 power moves are edge rushers, actually. Yeah, there are some defensive tackles here, but you got Everson Griffin, Melvin Ingram, D Ford, Carl Lawson, and more elite pass rushers as well. Now, there are less interior linemen that have high finesse. So if you're just looking in general, actually, it looks like the power move and being able to upgrade to defend power rushers is actually more important than agile. All right, so another division matchup today, the Buccaneers and Panthers. And this really is the Alex Collins episode. He is the reason we're watching this specific game. He needs 2 touchdowns or 100 yards of offense on an offense that doesn't like to run the ball very much. How about Collins just rips off an opening play touchdown here and we can get the rest of the yards later on. Let's go, Tampa. From the 25-yard line, Sparks will get us underway, and that is Mike Evans. We saw Evans last episode get frustrated, then get the ball for 150-plus yards and a touchdown, and that was not enough to make him happy, apparently. He was still unhappy, according to the game. Well, I don't know what to do about that. But it's 3rd and 2 now after no gain from Alex Collins. And it's 3rd down. We'll give it back to Collins. And okay, avoid those hit sticks, please. Kuechly already has 2 tackles. I'm counting on him forcing at least 1 fumble today. Sparks over the middle. Caught. With this breakout system, though, I could see a lot of cool things happening throughout this series, as that's caught by Godwin. But all it takes is a player getting hot and they can break out. Like, imagine if we had this system. For those of you that watched my Chargers franchise back on, what Madden was that, 17? And Sparks from 1st and 10 steps up and goes down. But imagine if I had that system for Stephen Smiley in that great run. For those of you that don't know, I had, in my franchise, my starting running back got hurt, and we had to play this young running back named Stephen Smiley, who had 6 consecutive games, I believe, of over 100 yards, 4 of them to end the season, and then 2 into the playoffs. It was incredible, but it didn't lead to a ton of boost for him, and eventually that level of play went away. So it would have been cool, like, to play 6 games like that and to earn an upgrade. I think that would have been very fitting. As we are inside the 10 now, thanks to O.J. Howard. And Sparks is continuing to play really well. Last episode into this one, like the last 3 games have been solid for him. And now I want Alex Collins to score. Check down, it's tipped, come on! Collins the carry, and he is stuffed. I don't know if I count on the yards or touchdowns more. Maybe the touchdowns because you only need it to happen twice. Like, both are going to be tough, and that's how it should be. 3rd and goal. Sparks looks to the corner, and it's knocked away from Rashad Perriman. We'll probably watch some defense in this game, but we're focused on our offense today. We have a goal to accomplish, so I'm going to simulate some early play from Carolina. Marcus Hunt gets a sack. I saw us get a sack last episode early from Jazir Hollis after he became a starter, his first game of his career. That was cool to see. Now we've got the ball back, up 3-0. We'll start again from our 20. So far, not much progress for Alex Collins, and that is Jordan Leggett, now our second tight end after trading away Cameron Brate. Pretty sure Collins is at like 4 yards or something like that, so a long way to go. But if we can play with a lead here, that would be huge. We need this game flow to favor Alex Collins. We can't be trailing and playing bad defense and throwing all day. By default, the game throws enough. That is complete. Nice play, Godwin. Like, that's 9 passes already for Sparks. They're not even trying to be 50-50 or 60-40 when it comes to this split. So we need the game flow to favor Collins instead. And there he goes to the left. He breaks 1 tackle and gets 3. So 9 yards. Another handoff, and we are not getting much beyond the line of scrimmage here with him. The ball will certainly be headed elsewhere now. 3rd and 7. How about Perriman? He can't hang on to it, though. But I love Sparks attempting that pass at least. We'll sim more of Carolina's offense. Akram Wadley is out there. They must have an injury to McCaffrey. And they are across the 50, or no, McCaffrey is here. 16 yards, Curtis Samuel. 4 yards to Greg Olsen. And 8 more, followed by a touchdown. We're going empty to begin this possession. Very pass-heavy with Tyrus Sparks. He goes to the flats, and will turn upfield with O.J. Howard. On 2nd and 6, got to beat the blitz, and we will. There goes Godwin to midfield. 21-yard pickup. Alex Collins gets the carry on 2nd down, and that time he gets a little space. Now trying to pick up 5. How about a draw play? Alex Collins is wrapped up and thrown down after just 3. Continuing to watch all the Tampa Bay offense. We may sim some in the second half, but it's 7-3 with a 2-minute drill getting underway. That one is floated up, and it comes down in the hands of Evans. Not sure we'll see Collins much here to end the half unless he makes a catch, which is possible. Collins picks up Kuechly, but that throw is off the mark. That's the first really wild throw I've seen from Sparks in a while. Still a lot of time on the clock, but now he misses another pass, and that was open. Both those passes, by the way, were intended for Perriman. Like, he's getting open. He's legitimately good here for us. Carolina now trying to increase this lead. A very low-scoring first half of football, and they do get a long touchdown. I'll see who it was here in a moment. But that is the first half, and it wasn't a very good one. Looks like it was rookie receiver Jamichael Alexander. And maybe we'll see him on this possession. We'll watch a drive with our defense now. Cam fakes and drops it off. Nice hit. That's how you play defense right there. That's Justin Evans. Bringing the blitz now underneath. McCaffrey. Wow, accelerating away. Panthers at midfield. A quick one to Curtis Samuel. Got to make those tackles. And now 3rd and 6. We'll bring an extra rusher. And that is Jamichael Alexander on the outside with a great play. We always keep an eye on what players our division rivals get and to see what stars develop. Maybe Alexander will help complete this receiver trio. With Moore and Samuel, they already have some good potential there. And now from the 37, Cam on target. And that is a little short. And now Olsen shaken up. 3rd down and inches. Extra tight ends on the field for Carolina. They'll throw it over the middle. Caught by DJ Moore. Cam now keeping. It was an option call. And that is a good tackle made by Frankie Louvu. McCaffrey now right through the middle of this defense. And this is not the game flow that's going to lead to Alex Collins getting much production. Sadly, this is about what I predicted, although I thought we'd have more points. 1st and goal, McCaffrey. Oh, there we go, a tackle for loss after a missed tackle from Devin White. Toss right, McCaffrey. He's got blocks and gets to the outside. Touchdown, Christian McCaffrey. And the Panthers make this a 3-score game. Not looking good for our goal today of seeing Alex Collins break out. 6 yards for O.J. Howard, and now a drop by Alex Collins. Oh, man. Intercepted, though, by Carlton Davis. Okay, we'll watch this. If Collins can run for 2 touchdowns, that would do it. But will we actually run it down here? And 7 yards on this defense in this area? Not easy. Alex Collins up the middle and denied at the 1. Looks like we're still prepared to run it, but it's hard against these goal line defenses now in Madden. Alex Collins. No, he lost it! And that's gonna go the other way! Come on! Ripped away from us! And now the most dangerous lead in football. 28-3. Well, looks like Alex Collins is not going to get that big breakout like we hoped. Intercepted by Dante Jackson, and the route is on in Charlotte. Carolina up 35-3. Certainly not what I was expecting here against the Panthers. I thought it would be a closer game. We've done a lot of good things lately. Touchdown for O.J. Howard. But I really like that the players have this chance to break out, and when that happens, I do want to make an effort to watch those games as often as possible. I know that I simmed one for Brashad Perriman, and it didn't work out, but that's how it goes. We're not going to win all those, and you got to remember, this is a rebuild, and we are still in the early stages of it. Now we're getting down the field, I see. Don't even tell me you're going to score a touchdown with Alex Collins now. 8 yards, Evans. Fumble recovered by Kuechly. Well, 35-10. This one not even close. Tampa Bay loses yet again. 1 interception for Tyrus Sparks. I guess we lost 3 fumbles then. It said they had 4 takeaways in this game. Again, I don't think Sparks played bad. I just think that everything around him didn't really go well with the lost fumbles and the defense not playing a good game. We gave up 137 and 2 to Christian McCaffrey. Alex Collins ended up 29 rushing yards and 0 passing yards, as he did drop a pass in the simulating. Collins had a fumble, and there are some missing fumbles on here from somebody else. Mike Evans, 113. O.J. Howard, 73-1. 76 for Godwin. Here's an upgrade for Jazeer Hollis, who will now become a 70 overall. Hopefully he can get some good development here this season in this starting capacity. Power move, strength, tackle, awareness. Got a little bit of everything there. I'm not sure Alex Collins has what it takes to carry an offense. He's had some good moments, but no breakout today. A new injury, it looks like, and now Sean Murphy-Bunting is going to miss a pretty significant chunk of the season, maybe even the rest of it, with a broken wrist. The only way he returns is if we're going to the playoffs, and I seriously doubt that is happening, so he is going on injured reserve. We're going to sign another backup pass rusher. This is Duke Ejiofor, and he has a couple solid ratings here that I like. Hit power, speed, finesse moves, and we'll sign him for depth. We're also going to sign tight end Dan Arnold. We need a third tight end on the roster, and I think Arnold has some decent ratings that could make him a solid backup in the future, so we'll add him as well. I am actually going to make a small change here as well. I've seen some use this setting for their slider sets, but I think that we should look at maybe increasing injury just a little bit. Oh, it's been at 40 here the whole time. I didn't realize that. Well, I think that it would be good for the series if injuries played more of a factor. In the Browns series and the Cardinals series, they really didn't. I know a lot of people are playing with 52 right now, but because we were at 40, I'll only move it to 50 right now and see how that performs. Otherwise, everything else is default. I guess 40 is default here in franchise, or at least it was for a little while. I just like seeing depth play that important role on the team, and I think it'll lead to more interesting developments through a season when you have to deal with injuries, and then all of a sudden you have these players who might break out given their newfound opportunity. Ronald Jones is back this week, and I would like to see him get immediate snaps after doing a pretty good job when the season got underway. We have pulled off an upset to end the episode, another overtime game. This time we won, and I'd love to know who had the walk-off touchdown. I wish they showed the scoring log, but considering we had 2 touchdowns, it's safe to say Tyrus Sparks won the game in overtime, but who caught the game winner? No idea. Sparks 2 more scores. Ronald Jones 8 for 14. We just didn't run the ball. And then receiving, it could have been Ronald Jones. 59 and a touchdown. Or the game could have been won by Jesse Reyes. Either way, one of our young running backs won the game. I don't know who it would be though. 2 sacks for Ingram, 1 for Butler. We didn't get any, but MJ Stewart did get a pick. So that gives us just as many wins as we had in year 1 when we finished 3-12-1. Now we cannot finish worse than that. And if the season ended today, where would we be selecting? We wouldn't be at number 1. There are actually a lot of teams who are even worse than us this year. The Bears are included, and so are the Eagles. Year 2 is already strange for this series. So we'll see how this happens. We might be picking more towards the 10th pick than the first pick this year. Right now we have the number 6 offense in the NFL, and that's with Tyrus Sparks leading the NFL in passing yards. And I believe this system works like in Madden 19, where all he has to do is finish very high in these categories. It looks at passing yards for quarterbacks, where he's first, and in touchdowns a little bit lower. He's actually tied for 15th with 4 players, so that would bring his average to like 7.5 or something like that, which, if that's where it ends up, maybe that's enough to get him to superstar development. Just something to keep in mind. Plus, we're potentially, maybe even likely, looking at Rookie of the Year for him. Sparks is at 18 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the year. He's been playing good football lately. And then our running game continues to struggle. And in the air, Chris Godwin closing in on 1,000 yards, close to a career high in yards as well. Evans behind him, and then Howard and Perriman. And how about sacks allowed? Now Marpet's allowed 10, Booker 9. 19 sacks between those 2 players, it's saying. And Sparks has been sacked 28 times. For our defense, Ngakoue at 6.5 sacks, JPP 3.5, and then 2 for Margus Hunt. And a few interceptions here for us as well. Kicking game, 11 for 16 isn't great. 1 short miss, and then 0 for 4 from 50 plus. That is it for today's episode, everybody. Hope you had a good time with it, although we got destroyed in the game and Collins didn't break out. still fun to see those events occur, and we'll be paying attention to those as we continue this rebuild. Thank you all again. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for much more Buccaneers franchise rebuild on the way, and I'll see you all again soon. Have a great day.